in a perfect world, you've got a perfect client. What does it look like? What problems are they facing? What frameworks could you give them right now here that could get them started?
Okay, so I have the SMPB, which we touched on quickly. That is the very basic thing that you need to understand before you go and build your personal brand. Because a lot of people will take my advice, they'll see a template, they'll see a framework, they'll start writing their LinkedIn post. It may go viral, it may flop, and then they have no system to go around with it, and then they quit. So there's two: the SMPB. So understand your skill, understand the market, understand the problem you're fixing, and then what value you provide. So when you write down the first two, go to ChatGPT and get it to write you the problems, and then it can create you the first few hooks. You can also use all the AI tools in the market to actually help you write faster LinkedIn content. And then the second thing is use the 4-3-2-1 framework that I use to create a actual LinkedIn personal branding strategy that works. So the four is for four posts a week. I think social media, people like Gary Vee have conditioned us that quantity is better than quality. But actually, when you're starting, I personally think that if you are prioritizing quality rather than quantity, your outputs will become better. And then you're actually creating more specific content that actually means something instead of just posting just to post because you have to hit this quota of 10 posts a day. So 4 posts a week, then 3 content themes. So you have to think about growth content. You think about top total addressable market content, and then expert-led content. Most people on social media, they think about educate, entertain, and inspire, but I think that is very broad and it has lost meaning because marketers overuse it. On LinkedIn, you can't really entertain someone by doing a TikTok. You entertain them in another way. But when you think about growth content, think about, okay, what is going to grow my business within my niche? So if you're a personal trainer, growth content is here's how to lose 10 kilos before Christmas. That is something that everybody wants, even if they're not interested in going to the gym. That is a problem that most people have. Then total addressable market content. If you're a personal trainer, you are either employed or you're a business owner. So that means that you can use those two things that most people are actually sort of they relate to. And having that relatability with content actually makes you grow. Instead of trying to copy the other person talking about the same thing, think about what can I say that captures the most audience at this time. And that's why I like LinkedIn a lot because it's just so easy. You talk about leadership, you talk about AI, or you talk about LinkedIn itself, or you talk about hiring. That's easy. Everything else, you can just actually talk about what you want to do. So if I was a personal trainer, again, I would go and say, I hired my first personal assistant for $20 a month. Here's what it told me, like blah blah. Or like, here are 3 simple lessons. Here's a framework that I used for this. Then you go into the education and then you can sell your program or whatever. It's so easy to get attention when you understand the psychology of volume, the market that you're solving, the platform that you're in, etc. And then expert-led content, that is the most specific one. So what are you teaching at a basic level that can actually create a change now? So your content needs to be applicable right now. So if I say, here's a framework to build your business to $1 million, okay? So I'm going to give you a framework and you can implement at least the first 2 steps today after you read this post, after you watch this video. And that is what makes your content addictive and bingeable. Almost like that thing that I watch your podcast with Ed Lawrence, like that he has this loop where after this video, you watch the next video and you watch the next video. On LinkedIn is the same thing because they become addicted to this quick dopamine hit from education without you having to show up on camera. And I think that is the best thing that you can unlock through content. And then you can implement all these and then put them on YouTube and you turn them into your long YouTube scripts. And it's the best because you're being positioned as an expert, you're going viral, and you're also getting clients. There's 2 types of people that you need to kind of like create content for. People only focus on one, and that is your ICP. ICP is ideal client persona. And that is everything that a marketer will tell you to get sales. Focus on your ICP. Create content for your ICP. Talk about this. Talk about this specifically. Talk about their broken tendon or their Achilles that couldn't recover. And then that just limits you to that market that understands that problem and is problem aware or is you aware. But then how do you expand that? You have a second person that you're talking to, and that is your ideal follower persona. So the person that perhaps cannot afford your services or that doesn't understand what they want, but through following your content that is, talking about broader things, they'll become a follower over a long time, which gives you two benefits. One, they'll consistently show up in your content, increasing your engagement, making you more popular, bringing all of their friends. And then the second thing, when they are ready to buy, because they implemented your free advice, who are they going to pay first? You. And I think most marketers get this wrong. And I hate it because they're like, oh, this person in India is not going to buy from me. This person in Nigeria is not going to buy from me. I have clients all the time. It's like, Lara, I want to go viral, but I don't want people from India and Nigeria, in Mexico, whatever, liking my content. I'm like, these people are the people that are going to put you in front of the people that you actually want. It's the same thing with YouTube. If you see a video with 10,000 views and 1,000 views, you're gonna click on the one with 10,000 views. So think about that. And then the last thing is one lead magnet a week. Building a newsletter has been the biggest hack that I've had as a business owner, and I know you like email as well, because 70% of my revenue doesn't actually come from LinkedIn. It literally comes from email. And for a long time, I thought email was boring and for old people and for boomers that just, my protein, 50% off, limited time. And then the next week I will get the same exact email. So I had this very bad idea of what email was. And then I built an email list. And I realized that my income went up. I didn't have to post that many times. And I actually got to build a better relationship with my ideal customers because they're long form customers that read long form things, that take the time to understand things. And therefore, I would want them as clients because they take time. They're not looking for the quick win or the dopamine hit. They actually want the full explanation. They want to implement it and they're going to say thank you at the end. And that has been so powerful for my business and everything else I've ever done. So that is the two frameworks I would use.